Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Sophie, and this channel is chronicling my journey of living my best life with multiple chronic health conditions. Today will just be an update as to how things have been going these past few weeks. Since I did pre-record a couple of videos, there's been kind of a lot that's been happening in the work front. So yeah, I guess first we'll address the position I am currently in. As you may guess, I am having difficulty sitting upright again. So this was the chair on my my work area, but the chair I had here, actually the arm broke because I had a sort of forearm support that was on the arm, and I've been using that for so long and putting so much weight on the arm that the arm broke. So I moved this chair over here, and I did buy another chair that should be arriving today, that will either be here or where I work. I'll have to see how comfortable it is before I make that decision. And then speaking of work, I don't remember if I've mentioned, but I'm guessing that one of my supervisors went to HR and said that I may need accommodations because I had told them how the drive was affecting me. That has not been a good experience thus far. So the job description does state that field work or being out in the community is required 80% of the time. From my understanding, from my coworker, that's never been enforced. That being said, they are claiming it's an essential job function, which means they do not have to accommodate it. I don't understand how they're saying it's essential when it's never been enforced and it's still not being enforced. So, sort of going back and forth with them on that. I don't know for how much longer I'll have a job, be it I physically cannot do the job, or they basically fire me for not being able to be at the community 80% of the time. Even though when I applied and I did ask about it, I was told that wasn't the case, that it wasn't required. I asked again, I'm like, are you sure? Because I physically cannot do it. And I was reassured that it was not required. I'm told they're trying to move things in line with sort of like expectations and sort of all of that, but as far as ADA accommodations are concerned, it's still not essential because it's not how it was done historically. It's not how it's currently being done. You just can't invent an essential function. That's not how it works. I do not have the energy to fight it much at all. I also don't know what I would do financially and medically if I wasn't working. So I am putting more effort than I would like into this back and forth with HR. They have not put in writing why they denied my accommodations. When I met with them, they told me that it was because I couldn't predict how many field visits I could do in a given day or week, which again is not needed for ADA accommodations. But again, I don't really have the extra energy to be going back and forth with this, and I just don't know. I was looking at my budget yesterday, just seeing if, I cut out everything that wasn't essential and only paid for essential things, what that would look like. And it was more promising So that's good. I'll probably look at it again next weekend. I have some things I need to do today, which is Sunday, that I should have done earlier in the week, but this is basically how I spend my life. I spend my life either reclined or laying down when I'm not working. So I haven't really done that. So I do have quite a few things I need to get done today. But yeah, I don't at this point really know what the future holds in a lot of areas. Reading my doctor's note, I don't know how all of a sudden he's using the correct words and lingo, but the neuromuscular specialist who told me via a MyChart message that mitochondrial disease was low suspicion and the only recommendation he has for me is physical therapy or seeing a pulmonologist, which don't know what either of them are supposed to do. His official note now says that I likely have mitochondrial disease, that my anaerobic threshold is critically low, but yet I am not being treated for anything. I'm just being allowed to continue to deteriorate, I guess. And I understand and appreciate that you need a diagnosis to inform treatment, but at the same time, you shouldn't be allowing your patient to actively get worse. So that's another fight I don't really have the energy to have. But apparently if I want to get anything done, I need to have this fight. I am trying to stay as upright as possible today because, like I said, I do have a lot of things to get done, but I can't really stay upright without holding myself up, like leaning forward on the desk and holding myself up, which obviously isn't conducive to getting anything done. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. But that's gonna be it. I don't really have any updates. For now, this is just how things are, with no end in sight, because I have to work. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day whenever it is you are seeing this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.